Hello everyone, this is the Algerian General and welcome into a new Mod Critic. Today we'll be taking a look at the end of a new beginning. It has just gotten released today, and yes, you're looking at it right, it's 1857. So this mod here aims to simulate human history, I guess, from 1857 till, well, today. But obviously it's gonna take quite a while for them to reach that point. I've actually asked the lead developer, who's actually part of the mod co-op, by the way, and he told me that he have content for certain nations up until 1870. Now this mod really looks promising. So let's start with taking a look at the tech tree. So handguns, muskets, and bayonets. Okay, Gatling guns. So I have to admit the quality of the icons is rather decent, especially these technology icons. I would more than likely give it a 9 out of 10. It looks super decent. Now we're gonna be taking a look at support companies, somewhat unchanged. Tanks, well, not really tanks. You only have armored trains apparently. Oh, which is at the moment lacking it's lacking an icon. Yeah. Artillery, so you have bore gun, howitzer. I'd say missing icons kind of ruin this. Well, it doesn't really ruin it, but having icons would be really nice. Doctrines, the text and so on are kind of broken, and having a picture of modern British soldiers kind of makes no sense, but of course this is their first release, so it's fairly obvious that they didn't really have much time to work on these things, but I hope they actually fix it and, you know, overall polish the text tree in the future. So no icons for ships. This is kind of disappointing. I'd have really loved to see some ship icons and such. Naval doctrines, again lacking icons and maybe some text to clarify which doctrine is which. Aircraft, well, not really. You only have reconnaissance balloons. Alright. Air doctrine. Sounds good. Mechanical engineering. Now this is interesting. Thermodynamic theories. This is very interesting. There are very few mods that have inventions and technological breakthroughs in their tech trees, and I really like this. I just hope that they will tie this tech tree, this engineering tech tree, with the process engineering. Oh, interesting. And biochemistry. No, this is very interesting. I only hope that they actually will, and of course you have to admit the icons are really decent. Consistency is key in this kind of mods, and I'm really liking it, to say the least. But I really hope they can actually tie some events with these. At least you know, flavor events. You know, it's like, oh, we have discovered penicillin, or we have discovered this or that. That would have been really nice to have. Let's keep looking. You have electrics and instruments. Alright, sounds good. This is very interesting. You can pretty much develop the telephone, cinematograph, and so on. Radioactivity research. Interesting. Well, I'm really liking this so far. Really liking the tech trees, and you know I'm a sucker for tech trees. Air engineering, I guess, or aviation. Looks really good. Also like the icons here on top. They're rather consistent with the vanilla ones, so that's actually well done. You know, the textures and the icons they have made are really well done. What's this? Socioeconomics and humanities? Oh, you can actually go commie. Nice. Special projects. Oh, this is empty for now. Okay, that's understandable, I guess. So, tech tree wise, I would give them a 9 out of 10, or maybe an 8 out of 10. It's still lacking some icons. It still needs to be refined, polished, if you may. But it's a good start. It's a very good start. Let's take a look now at politics. So, one thing I noticed is that a lot of nations actually have icons, or portraits, sorry, And I like that. I do understand how hard it is to find pictures, especially back then, you know, where the camera was just invented. It must have been way fucking hell. Okay, except for this guy, and everything else is looking good. Like the icons are super. I mean, the portraits. My apologies. Are super decent, and the quality of the portraits, the way they have colorized them, looks super nice. It's consistent, and overall, it looks rather well. Even for African nations, now this is truly impressive. Wait, did I just say null? I have to find it. Oh look, it's the censored Nazi Germany flag. Okay, let's Caliphate. Ooh, that's interesting. So let's take a look at the possible ideology. So they have centrism, traditional conservatism, social egalitarianism, collectivist socialism, vanguard communism, autocracy, radical democracy. I am fairly uncertain on how that would work. Chauvinist populism, anarchism, fundamentalism. Well, this is fairly interesting to say the least. So it looks like some of these icons are broken. This more than likely is due to the way Steam works. You see, if you put a model in the workshop, then all graphics become case sensitive. So it's fairly easy to fix. I just need to take a look at the icons and just, you know, make sure that they are implemented in the code exactly like the name is in the file. As I've said, it's case sensitive. So what do we have here? Advisors. These are vanilla ones. Oh, hold on. These are not vanilla ones, okay? Let's see. These are all placeholders. Placeholders. William IV. This is the head of state. Looks good to me. Partially paralyzed. Alright. Let's take a look at the focus tree. So, Prussia seems to have a focus tree. Cooperation with Krupp. March divided, fight united. Alright, that looks fairly interesting. Elections of 1858. Army mobilization. New candidate. Oh, so this is how you can get Bismarck. And I believe this is how you can... Ooh, interesting. Pro-Bismarck faction. Free trade, more power to the Chancellor. I like that. I'm not certain when they're gonna, you know, do the whole German unification, but oh well. I hope they have it here somewhere. Rise of socialism. Ooh, this is good. This is good looking. Really liking it. Wait, what's playing right now? Oh, the 1812 overture. That explains the cannons. So, besides Prussia, who has a focus tree? France. Do you have one? Yep. France has a focus tree. Spain. Nope, they have a vanilla one. Alright. Portugal. Custom focus tree. Britain. Custom focus tree. Ooh, look at this icon. Oh, that looks great. I'm also liking the ideology icons. These are really well made. We're liking the style. It's consistent, which is nice. Let's keep looking. Does China have one? Nope, just vanilla. Ooh, what about the Ottomans? Oh, no new... Oh, well, this is disappointing, I'd say. I was really hoping they have something like, I don't know, focus you for the Ottomans. But oh well, let's keep looking. Russia? Please tell me you have one. No. Oh, this is disappointing as well. But oh well. Oh well. This is still the very first release. It still have some quirks here and there, so I might advise you give it some time, I guess, to stabilize and, you know, for... Oh, it's Pedro the Second. Well, yeah, I just say that maybe you need to give it some time to stabilize. There's one thing that I'm somewhat concerned about. Oh, this state needs a capital. Well, here's what I'm really concerned about. This Bani Abbas under Al-Muqrani. This guy, yes, he resisted the French invasion. However, he was not really the most prominent guy. That was the Emir Abdul Qadir, and he was much more, I'd say, dominant. He had much more influence, and he was a bit more organized in a sense. And the interesting part is the capital. He did not have a capital. He had like a mobile capital. I'm not so sure about the name of the capital. I guess it was Zamala. It was made up of 5,000 to 8,000 mobile tents. It had schools, houses, military bases, well, like training bases, all of that stuff. And you have to admit, that was fairly interesting. Maybe that could be like a national spirit, you know, which makes it a bit hard to make them capitulate. But overall, that is interesting, to say the least. Very interesting. So yeah, I highly advise that they make some changes to Algeria once they actually have the time with. I will of course be able to offer my assistance, my historical assistance when it comes to the region. I do know some stuff here and there, so yeah, I guess I could pretty much help out with that stuff. Oh, hold up. Oh look, they're actually using the beta building icons. That's interesting. Although I don't like them that much because it's kind of hard for you to identify them. I'd rather go with the vanilla ones because look at this, it's more abstract and it's easier to identify. Whereas these ones, you have to take a closer look and perhaps get your mouse and just hover on it to identify what this thing is and what it isn't. So I highly advise they switch back to vanilla style icons, which are more, you know, symbolic. They have like symbols instead of pictures, which is much easier to identify overall. Alright? The tech trees, as I've said, they need to be polished. Just adding some icons where there are no icons and so on. Focus UIs, I highly advise that they add some focus trees for more nations. I'd say the Ottomans, the Russians, maybe Egypt as well. You know, these, the Qing Empire for instance. And perhaps find a better portrait, if possible. Let's see, does the US have a... Yeah, they do. Ooh, American Civil War. Interesting. Just of European interests. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Wait, how is hallelujah supposed to give you support focus? Alright. The broken eagle, the soaring eagle. No effect so far. Magdalene, the Sherman plan. I really like the icons, I really like the graphics, and I have to admit these are really decent. To say the least. So I'm really liking it. But I'm going to give it some more time, you know, to stabilize, for bugs to be fixed, for the development team to have more time to add more content, to say for instance the Ottomans or the Russians and so on. And then I would more than likely give it a chance to, you know, make like a full playthrough. But for the time being, I highly advise you guys, you know, check this mod out. I really advise you, you know, give it a try, maybe play as Prussia or some country in Europe. Because it looks like France, Britain and Prussia at least have focus trees, so I guess that playing as one of these would make most sense. Maybe also the United States if you want to try out the Civil War. Wait, why is this a DMZ? Fascinating, isn't it? Well, Hudson Bay Company, Northwest Territory, unorganized colony. Well, that is fairly interesting. So I guess that will be all for today, guys. This is truly an interesting mod. end of a new beginning. And I believe this is just the beginning for their great mod. I really wish luck for the lead developers, and I've already given them some tips and things that I would really love to see fixed. Maybe the tech tree, adding more focus trees, and perhaps adding more events. And maybe what also would be very nice is perhaps when you start playing as a certain nation, then maybe you get an event which explains to you what's going on, the history behind your current situation. So let's say if I'm playing as France, it should tell me, okay, we have invaded Algeria, we have done this and we have done that, and these are the things that we have had so far, right? This would be very nice to have, from my perspective. That would be very good to have overall. The colors, the country colors, they are very nice. Not the best I have seen, but also not the worst. At least they're consistent. They're not very saturated, not very vibrant, and that's nice. The only thing that I might have to criticize is the lag. I'm somewhat concerned because of the amount of nations that exist. In Africa and South America and Germany itself. In case of a war breaking out all over the place, like a war maybe here and here and here and here, maybe a civil war, then there might be some serious lag issues. So maybe they need to also, try to find some ways to reduce the lag, if possible. Well, that was all, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be leaving a link to the mod in the description down below. That was the Algerian General, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.